All right, welcome everyone. This is MLW Fusion Watch Along. You know how these work. We watch MLW Fusion. It is a best of 2022. I get your comments all episode long. If you're not watching live, leave a comment. We do respond. If you don't know where to watch it, in the description, I got a link. Pro Wrestling TV. It is free on there every Wednesday at this time. Excuse me, it's Thursday. I know what that means, apparently not. So join the comments here, join the chat, and watch MLW Fusion. If you are new to MLW, this is a perfect episode to get you started on it. So it's a best of 2022. We're going to see a whole bunch of different people that you might not have seen before, and we'll see if a lot of the people that were in MLW this year are on this show. A lot of people going in and out. Members of Contra that got reformed, that is now disbanded. Contra was a very cool faction that they had on there. All right, MLW starting right now. Mr. St. Laurent is on, so let's kill the music. And if you haven't yet, make sure you hit the thumbs up, you like it, and you subscribe to the station because we got a lot of stuff coming in 2023. They are in Texas, so this is the last of pre-tape material for MLW. We're going to be getting some new storylines. We have Blood and Thunder coming up January 7th, and we're going to go through the card and some of the roster here and try to get you familiar with what's going on in MLW in 2023. In Texas, it's like he's yelling, but also quiet. Anyways, anything else you want to discuss, let us know. Leave a comment. Glad you are here if you are here. Noob, how are you? Happy holidays. I'm doing all right. How are you doing, Noob? Prime time. How you doing? Happy holidays to you. The new year is upon us. This is a best of. This was the debut of Microman, which we're seeing right now with the cover art of Super Mario Brothers 3. No, he's not borrowing from John Cena. John Cena stole from Super Mario Brothers 3. Microman is merely borrowing. How are you doing? Are you familiar with MLW? We'll get you familiar with it tonight. I wish they'd have the date on here so you can kind of see what was going on. MLW did take a hiatus from midsummer up until maybe just 2 months ago, pretty recently. So they are getting more tapings with Blood and Thunder on January 7th. So it is a pay-per-view. It is television tapings. Did you all watch Dynamite last night? Did you like it? What's going on with Wardlow? What did he do? What did he do to TK? Poor Wardlow. Shouldn't feel bad for someone in the main event, but... All right, they have like Super Nintendo looking things next to their monitors, but those are their soundboards. All right, this match is actually pretty good. You'll see a lot of wrestling with Microman and a lot of... turn me up a little bit here. A lot of actual wrestling moves. Later on, there's some Microman matches that happened after this one where he was... it was kind of wearing off because the matches were a little bit too long and... Well, you'll see when you watch this one. They handle Microman very well in this one. They give him moves without like overselling. I'm sure we'll see a couple oversellings. And if you are new to Pro Wrestling TV, check it out. It is free. There's not too much content on there, but MLW is on there. We have Women's Wrestling Army on next. That is cool. It's very independent shows with a lot of independent women that you have seen on AEW Dark, in MLW, all throughout random wrestling organizations. Microman on the apron. Noob's got an idea for either tomorrow or Sunday, and that's 10 wrestlers from NWA to WWE and 10 wrestlers from NWA to AEW. Hope that could be an idea for the weekend. We're not too familiar with NWA. I may do that one tomorrow. That's a good one. I do want to get more familiar with NWA, even though I do believe bad things are happening to it in 2023, as we recently discussed. But that's a good one. And if you see down below Pro Wrestling's top 10 for MLW, King Muertes number 5, Richard Holiday number 6. Very interesting thing to put on the scroll. Tajiri number 7, EJ Nduka number 8, TJP number 9, and number 10, Enzo, who now goes by the Real One. And those Pro Wrestling Illustrated polls they take way too long to do. If you are familiar with NWA, leave a comment and let us know. This is a good one because, like, we're getting familiar with MLW now. I would like to get familiar with NWA. I really can't sit through Power. It's tough. It's almost 3 hours of Raw tough, and it's not even close to that long. There's some news right there from last night. Dragon Lee is now signed to WWE after beating FTR for the AAA tag titles and then relinquished them because he is going to NXT. So are you happy about that, Noob? Do you think that's a good move? Anyone else out there got a comment on that? I'm excited. I almost certainly thought he was going to be All Elite. He's fantastic. He's so good, and I think he's going to be their next Rey Mysterio. Also, why have FTR drop? But they stripped Sami and Tay of the intergender titles as well. Look at that boot to Microman. Good sell, and that was a mean kick. I do believe Dragon Lee could probably face Mysterio, not the next WrestleMania, but the WrestleMania after that. I think that'd be a good one. As they build him up for a year, that could be him going over and kind of either going towards a main title or a mid-card as well. Micromania. It's a good idea for Dragon Lee. Besides, Rey Mysterio is going to be retired at 39. You think retirement? You think Dom's going to retire the dad? Did you see him invade yet another family event and get a T-shirt out of it? I'm loving this Dom stuff. I love Nasty Dom with Rhea Ripley kind of controlling him. Microman getting bullied over here. Not really bullied. He is in a match. There it is. Dom Mysterio going to retire Rey. Can you think of a better way to go out than to have your son make you retire at a WrestleMania? I think that's pretty cool. I do believe they're going to interject Rey Mysterio with Dragon Lee, though. I think there's going to be some crossover there to get the fans going. But you think this year at Mania, huh? If you want something fun to watch, go on Pro Wrestling TV. There's a thing called Battle Riot. It's basically the Royal Rumble with 40 people and random-ass people joining. The other reason I like this match so much from this year is it doesn't just focus on Microman. They use him in spots, so it's not just a full-on gimmick match. But again, MLW had a lot of people throughout the year come and go. As well, check out their website at one of the commercial breaks. You'll see a lot of the people you can't click on for bios because they're not MLW people, but you got people like Tyre Valkyrie that are the featherweight champion. So you get big names in MLW to bring a draw, but you keep the free agency on them. I think Ty is too big to sign a contract with MLW. Microman in for the save. Manhandling him. Ooh, another good bump. Like, Microman's very fun to watch because of the bumps. The stage changes you'll see tonight, too. The venues are different. They have different locations that they do mass tapings of, like they're going to do with Blood and Thunder next weekend. I'm excited for new stuff from MLW. They need to do more frequent tapings, though. I don't want to see them do 4 to 5 months worth of tapings at Blood and Thunder. That's not good, especially because stuff gets leaked. So in Dallas, Texas. How is the weather where you are today? It is gloomy outside. You can see it's it's gloomy here in Hollywood, California. Microman up on top. There we go. His partner's in for the save. Microman can't do it. Oh, there we go. No matter what your size or who you are, you can do anything you damn well please. Judgment Day gone from a terrible faction to a main event faction, to having one of their members becoming a meme fodder. I used to cringe when they came on TV, and no offense to Edge, but you are correct, man. They turned everything around there, and part Triple H, mostly themselves, I will say. It's been gloomy everywhere. So much snow. How was it done by you, prime time, man? This weather is just something else. No New Year's plans other than WrestleMania. There will be, no matter what. There will be, and we're gonna do something like I'm gonna bring a segment to it. It's gonna be like a stock report. So we'll see where people's stocks are at the end and whose you should buy into 2023. So I'll tell you right now, after last night, Wardlow's stock is diving. I don't know if you want to buy it. That's what we'll do. You can catch it every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Eric, Knock, and this guy right here. All right, let's get into something I want to talk about really quick here as this fucking Hogan fan comes on here. This is through Variety. This is the most watched networks of 2022. So we are watching MLW for free on Pro Wrestling TV. Everyone else, except for Power, is on some kind of a network. And let me know what New Year's plans you guys have out there, man. That's pretty cool stuff to kind of get the year rolling with some stuff going on. But let me get to the page here. And then there it is. All right, as you can see, the most watched networks of 2022 by total viewers, almost every network is down. So again, this is on variety.com. Here are the big ones right here in total viewers. Fox, usually number 4 of all of them. We'll start to see where our wrestling shows come into play here. SmackDown, obviously, on Fox. They need to get something on HGTV. I'd love it. Hardcore HGTV, 1 hour wrestling. It'll be the demolition of a house done in hardcore matches. I love it. All right. You're going to number 13 for TNT, obviously, where Rampage is. That switched up. And then Dynamite down here, number 15. Technically, TBS is in more homes, but it depends on the sports that go on there. TBS and TNT kind of share sports, but TNT's a really big one for NBA basketball. Of course, you got Charles and Shaq on there. Where else are we going here? USA, there we go. Home of Monday Night Raw, as we are back to the 6-man tag match. USA, number 20 out of all networks watched by total viewers. And then we're going down far here for the next one. Remember when ECW is on Sci-Fi? Where's the next one that we're going on? And you can just keep track if you're any of your favorite networks on here. 44 MTV. What the fuck happened to you? Nick at Night, Comedy Central, Fox Sports 1, which airs SmackDowns on special occasions, number 48 of all networks. HBO, number 52, but again, subscription services. There's a couple more wrestling networks on here that I just want to touch on so you can kind of gauge where your favorite wrestling ranks. NFL Network 65. It's only on a few months of the year, though. Cartoon Network. Damn, that's far. Disney as well. True TV, where we were speculating ROH was going to go, number 81. And then, hopefully I didn't pass it already. Stars. Stars is when HBO and Showtime don't want your product. It goes on Stars. Viceland. Court TV way down here. MTV2, Stars Encore. True Real. Access, here we go, number 128. That is the home of New Japan here in the United States, and also the home of Impact Wrestling / TNA. We got some people in the chats who love that. Knock loves it. But this is where it is. Access TV. And this is down 13%. Again, most of these channels are down, but you got Teen Nick up 19%. That's a huge thing. I don't even know it's a thing on cable, but Access, number 128. I don't think there are any more. Let me just run through this list here as we get back to the action. Justice Central. Fuse. Remember when Fuse was like, oh, it's the new MTV. All these, and there we go. Look at what's dead last. RIP G4, but BN Sport, number 157. You can catch MLW on there. So if you're not watching on Pro Wrestling TV, you can catch it on BN Sports. So that is it. That is what's going on with cable. I'm going to do one more thing at the next commercial break here because we have something else kind of interesting to touch on with the cable networks again, where Fox is number one. Let me hit up these chats again. Thank you so much for joining. MLW Best of 2022. We got 45 more minutes to go. Everyone saw last week's Before the Impact. Kylan King fought Taylor Wilde and her heel characters. Very interesting. However, Kylan King would have been in AEW to beat Jade Cargill for the TBS title. Who can take this from her? We're getting a thrown together match on Rampage. Should have actually had storytelling. Again, Fridays, Rampage live streams for now. Again, why on Access? It's so far down the list. Like I would watch Impact. It's on a shitty network that I can't watch, and there's like 50 ways to pay to watch. Impact Wrestling is getting all the up and coming wrestlers. They are actually. They're almost like the new NXT kind of. I just saw the tag match and then the stripping of Tay and Sammy. Did you watch any of it? I kind of gave up on AAA. They have some good stuff on there, but they care more about every other person from every other company that comes in. FTR lost their belts now. Just one more at Wrestle Kingdom. Isn't that coming up? Is it this week? Wrestle Kingdom. Good point, prime time. Then they'll have no belts. So there's a theory out there for FTR losing the belts. Wardlow being how he's being booked. Sean Spears not being on anymore, and it's related to them being all Cody people or CM Punk people. Nice dive outside the ring. Just a theory that I've been reading online. I don't know if there's any truth to that or not because I feel it'd be pretty obvious. And that was the final nail in the coffin for G4. Yeah. Yeah, it was like all Twitch people, and like no offense to Twitch people. I don't really do Twitch just because I really couldn't game stream because of my internet. So it's a different medium. It's just very different. You saw how some of them interacted, but then you see them on the same screen as Xavier Woods. And Xavier Woods is just up here, and it's just next level. They needed to pair the Twitch people with other personalities. That is it. Microman just pinned the other guy. So there you see. I like this match. It was a good one from this year. The introduction of Microman. A nice, respectable way to bring him in by also using him as the gimmick attraction. G4. I was so let down by this. I used to watch G4 all the time. Attack of the Show, nightly. Microman. Proof right there. You can do anything you want. Fusion will continue. And I'm just going to get back to this again, this fucking Hogan fan. That's the one downside. If you watch Hulu or anything else, other streaming service, you kind of get the same commercials everywhere you go on here. Let me hit you up here, right here, noob. Tay and Sammy were terrible as champions. I mean, that match was a prime example of how horrible they're so bad. I cannot stand I just cannot stand them. I cannot. Let me go over the next thing here with stations in regards to varieties piece right here that came out today. The top 50, the 50 top rated networks of 2022 by adults. This is the demo. So they talk about the demo. They talk about this every week. And if you talk about the demo this week, you can see that technically, numbers wise, I think Raw beat Dynamite. But in the demo, Dynamite beat Raw this week. All right, so here we go in the demo. Fox with SmackDown is number 2. I don't know what demo NBC, ABC, or CBS are bringing in, really. I guess Young Rock. Young Rock's very good this season, too. It is a very nice, family-friendly show with, like, I would say, a touch of Adult Swim humor. All right, check out some of these other ones. ESPN number 5. I mean, that's a big one. Every kind of sport is on ESPN. TNT, pretty far up there, number 7 with the demo. Again, NBA, you get some NHL in there as well. TBS right behind them, number 9. USA all the way down, number 12. Look, all these numbers are down pretty much except for like ESPN. ESPN, it was something that the Disney bundle could have not have had on there, but they know it's big money. So USA right there. Wait till we get to another one with wrestling on. The real one, earlier in the year in 2022, he was called Enzo. They're going over the card for January 7th, Blood and Thunder. If you're in Philadelphia, tickets start at $15. Holy shit. We'll check how those tickets are doing at one of these next commercial breaks. But Lifetime, down. Sorry, just the holiday movies. They're very fun to shit watch. Fox Sports 1, number 44. Let me see if we even get to, no access or anything like that. But that is where the TV networks lie. So Jacob Fatu out right now. Brawling, fighting style. Jacob Fatu is so extremely entertaining to watch. He's so good at what he does. Here's the real one right there. Are they calling him Enzo? Where was this in the timeline? His hair looks like, I don't know. Let's see if he gets on the mic. I remember watching this, but I don't fully remember when he started talking on the mic. Oh, he wants the mic. AAA is going to do a supercard show with NWA in 2023. Very interesting. Oh, that's right. It is called the World is a Vampire. Thanks for bringing that up. They had adult stars on G4. Did they really? When the fuck did they have that? They lost their direction. So I tried. I tried every month. I tried to get in there, and I can't. G4 was terrible. Jacob Fatu working the injury right now from the real one. Again, if you're not new, or excuse me, if I can say words, if you're new to MLW, you got the link in the description here of where you can watch it for free on Pro Wrestling TV. It is an app. That's the logo for it right there next to MLWs. If you're looking for it, is an app. It is on your Samsung TV. It is on BN Sports, and Ward Chamber is coming April 7th. So they're going to do some more fusion tapings for that. So let me just do some math in my head. They're going to be taping January, April. That's 4 months. They're going to be taping 4 months of material. Oh my God, next weekend. Who, in my opinion, mismanaged their company more, G4 or DC? I will say G4. Me and the guys are friends with someone who used to work there back in the good days. He put out a video on there. If you watch it, it's on Front Row Flynn. He put out a G4 video on there at the demise of the new G4, and he compares the two. It's a very cool video. He was a behind the cameras guy, and he breaks down what really went wrong there and all the shit that went wrong. Some of their talent saying things that they thought were cool at the time to say and weren't really relevant to the topic at hand. But Yeah, G4, man. At least DC made money. People like the Schneiderverse. DC did a lot. Trying to defend DC when I really can't stand DC. But that is it. G4 sucked. Oh, G4 was sucked. But if you want to check out that video, Front Row Flynn, he has a G4 video on there that he did when he was he's involved in a movie about G4. I forgot what it's called, Attack of something, but he did it with Chris Gore. So they were just showing the premiere that weekend of the film. And later that night, G4 was announced dead and done with. And he was in his hotel room after the premiere of this movie that he made for G4, not for G4, about G4. So give it a watch. It's a very cool video. That is the bell. So you're getting an extreme heel Enzo, or now the real one. And he is, okay, it's past Enzo. It is the real one. Very weird name. It's a moniker or something. The real one's promos in 2022 are very long-winded. They're not the Enzo that you're used to. They're very long-winded. It's like he keeps trying to, I don't know. He's trying to hit the marks, trying to get those internet snappy things. Fatu up top. There we go. All right, commercial break. We're at the halfway point. There is a horror movie on right now from the director from Annabelle. This looks like a joke. Doesn't this? This looks like a SNL sketch or something. Trying to save the child. That was a cool shot through the mirror. All right. Let's see what's going on with MLW. We're going to go to their website really quick as this Hogan fan is on again. Jesus. This is their website. If you're not familiar with it, let's get familiar. FBI are going to be in action at Blood and Thunder. Any tag team they'll take on at Blood and Thunder. We'll see who answers it. Let's go and see how tickets are selling for Blood and Thunder. It is 1 week away, January 7th in Philadelphia. If you are there, this is a cheap card to go to. So I highly recommend it. And get a hold of us. You can get a hold of us via Twitter or Instagram. Below, we got the links. If you go to this, please hit us up. We'd love to put your stuff on the show. Maybe you on the show if you're not weird or, don't eat mayonnaise 3 meals a day. All right, so this card's selling a little bit better, but there's still a lot of seats. Look at all these seats available around. If you're in the vicinity, listen to your local radio. They might give away tickets day of. 75, 50, orange seats, 30, $20 cheap seats. And then if you're going to sit in the corner, $15. You can see all these close up right here. First row, second row, you can even be in. You're sitting alone. Maybe your friend's way over here. Pretty decent stuff. And let's check out the card really quick for Blood and Thunder. Again, they're going to be doing Fusion tapings, as you can see down below here. Apparently, months and months of Fusion tapings. They may even put Blood and Thunder right here on Pro Wrestling TV at some point. Hopefully they do, because Battle Riot was on here. Alex Hammerstone versus Yamato for the World Heavyweight Championship. I do not see the belt changing hands. I would like the belt to change hands off of Hammerstone, though. I'm just a little over him. Davey Richards for the National Openweight Championship against Johnny Fusion. This one, I cannot wait to see. Johnny works very good with everyone, and he just wrestled somewhere else recently. But if you know, hit us up in the chats. Jacob Fatu versus Ben K. That is who the real one gifted that stuff to. And the real one right here facing Microman, who we just watched. Oh, we're going Davey Richards right now. The Tag Team Championship, Hustle and Power versus the Samoan SWAT team. I do believe Samoan SWAT team will take these, but they're building Hustle and Power up even more, though. So it's a tough one, but I think they might try to do their bloodline, in my opinion. Hardcore match. Mance Warner, this is what he does. This is what he is It's this thing against Ricky Shane Page. And for the Women's World Featherweight Championship, Ty Valkyrie with Cesar Duran. I still do not know why he's in her corner. We didn't get a storyline update on that at all. Maybe they do it next week on Wednesday or Thursday. Excalibur's in my head. She's facing Zoe Sky. That should be. I'm not too familiar with her, so we'll see how that is. But Tay always delivers. Lince Dorado versus La Estrella, and Billy Starks, who just bloodied up Britt Baker on Dark versus Kayla Cassidy. And then here's all the other stuff here. That's the Blood and Thunder card. Here's all the other people that will be around for the MLW tapings. Billington Bulldogs. Got Sam Adonis, FBI, and more to be announced. All right. Don't know if I just froze, but Pro Wrestling TV just froze. I will say this is the first time Pro Wrestling TV has froze on me ever. TNT freezes on me all the time. So, all right, set up your chats. Thank you again for joining, everyone. John Morrison better come back in 2023. I hope so. I hope so. Carnage, how you doing? Happy holidays. The reason why Davey Boy Smith Jr. is facing Alex Kane is because the Opera Cup. That is true. They've been bringing the Opera Cup to these tapings, but again, these were tapings from months ago. Hope you're doing well, Carnage. I did not see Stardom's big show last night. Primetime, if anything happened from there, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. You're bringing it up, but the dirt sheets didn't touch it. The ones that I go on. Cage side seats might have. Ty also needs to come back to WWE as well. She needs to be in a big stadium. She is a big player. She can go. Hammerstone versus Davey Richards. Again, I'm not the biggest Hammerstone fan. We'll go through their roster page at the next break where we're probably going to get another fucking Hogan fan documentary video. Let's see how they do their storylines at Blood and Thunder too, because God, I can't stand Hammerstone as champion. Richard Holiday, of course, has cancer and he's fighting that. So wish him the best. Come back in 2023, strong and healthy. Him and Alicia too, like two favorites in MLW from 2022. Anything in MLW you want to see in 2023? Anything random? And if you're new to MLW, again, got the description, got the link to watch us live right now. It debuts on Pro Wrestling TV, which the link is in the description. Then it goes to, I think, BN Sports and YouTube. And then it does like the Samsung TV and the Fire and the Roku and all that. On Sunday, we need to do a 10 wrestlers that needs to come back to WWE in 2023. I think that we can manage. I'll do the NWA stuff tomorrow. I do not like this Chris Sager documentary. It's a commentary. Wait, it's a commentary. That guy is so obsessed with racist jackass like Hulk Hogan. That's why I can't stand it. They just keep pushing it. Like Hogan being away is fine. And to show someone who's goofy enough to just like buy into like, I don't know. I'm with you, Carnage. I can't stand that shit. 20 wrestlers that needs to come back in 20. Let's stick to 10 because again, we want to do some other stuff. I don't know what the guys have planned for the show. But I do want to do stocks. Who stocks rose, who's went down in 2022, and who's to buy in for 2023. But leave comments. Anyone that you see that you want to go back to WWE, definitely leave a comment because you can fuel our minds for Sunday. Richard Holiday, he was so good in MLW in 2022. I feel so bad that he got diagnosed. He played off Hammerstone. He played off Cesar Duran. He played off Alicia. And Alicia just skyrocketed this year. Used to be a whole comedian until I heard about the racist comment. There we go. I got you. Used to be a Hulkamaniac. I was until like the stuff like dirt sheets started coming out when I was in college, so that's how old I am, and that's when all this stuff started coming out about how he was backstage. So my Hulkamania died pretty early on before the racist stuff came out, and then once that came out, I'm just like, it's like my Hogan merch is like now worthless. My Bill Cosby merch is now worthless. Like all these people I grew up with are now worthless. I still have my cards. I still have my playing cards. And Hogan is in there with, of course, he's the fucking ace. Hacksaw's on there. There's the roster. Macho, British Bulldog, Miss Elizabeth. Spoiler alert, she's the queen. Those are all the people that are on these cards that I still got here. It's almost a full set. I'm missing one of the aces. So one of the racists I'm missing. Legion of Doom. There's the queen right there, Miss Elizabeth. These are from 1991. Davey Richards, man. Look at him. He's just got those eyes, man. He's going to murder you kind of eyes. So smooth, that twist. I did not see the Stanley documentary. Is that on Disney Plus right now? Let me know. I'd love to watch it. Man, I miss Stanley. Kairi Sane, Naomi, John Morrison, Melina, Taya, and Chris. You want to see Chris Masters back? Oil me up, and I'll be the new Chris Masters, but one that's good on the mic. Chris Masters, noob. Come on now. I like all the other ones. I don't know if Kyrie's coming back. The Woos and Charlotte. It's Charlotte. There's a figure 4 in the ring. I want to see Matt Hardy in WWE and Dustin Rhodes so they can retire. And then want to see Top Flight go to Top Flight. Would be a very interesting one. I think Dustin just said he's going to retire in AEW this year in 2023. So we'll see what that is. Who do you want him to retire against? And Matt said he's going to retire in AEW too. I think he said that this week or last. So good picks, but Kairi Sane with the IWGP Women's Championship in the Rumble. Ooh, that's right. We got surprises from over there. I'm so excited for the Rumble. What should we do for the Rumble? Any ideas what we should do for the Rumble? Something cool? We tried something new last year. It worked, but try something a little more streamlined. I think we're going to do something, though. So many celebrities from... Yeah, man. It's not even like the... There's a difference between like canceled and then like Hogan and Bill Cosby, you know? So some of the people that are canceled, I'm like, they'll come back whenever. Who's coming back right now already? Like James Franco's producing some stuff now. Yeah. Some people that are like canceled are kind of coming back. You want me to bring it back? I can try. He is beyond canceled. The shit that he fucking got away with for years and years and years. I'm surprised he doesn't get shanked in jail, to be honest. Remember when he like flipped out on Gail King because his life is so hard? Oh my God. I'm trapped in the closet. Alicia and Holiday. I love when some of these people are wearing masks. Just keep it down here. If you're going to wear your mask, wear your mask. It's not a big deal. And again, this is the past summer. Commercial break. Yeah, man. Just unreal. Fucking R. Kelly. Let's go through the roster really quick, and you can get a grasp of who is all in MLW. Maybe some people that you want to see in another company. It's on Netflix. I'll check it out. I'll try to find it. And if you go on their site too, here, this is their live Twitter feed that they have connected with it. So it's kind of a cool touch on there. You can click on there and you know where to go for it. All right, let's go to their fighters. Here you got their champs up here. Davey Richards just won the Openweight Championship on an episode a few weeks ago, but obviously won it months ago. So they do it almost by popularity. Hammerstone, your boy Hammer, not my boy. Hulk Hogan Stone right here. So you click on certain people and you get their bio. He's got the look, but I mean, that's so there's more Chris Sater for you, Carnage. Jacob Fatu, he's one of my favorites in MLW easily. Look at me with my dial-up internet going. I got some things going on, different devices. And I also live in an apartment in Hollywood with a bunch of streamers and TikTokers. So the real one is an MLW exclusive. Leo Rush. I feel like he's not just an MLW exclusive. You can click on it, but Taya Valkyrie, you cannot click on hers. She's not, but she is the World Featherweight Championship. Alex Kane, he's going to be big in 2023 in MLW or somewhere else. I guarantee that he's going to be a name you hear more of. And you got your tag champs here, Tankman and Aduka, Davey Richards here, your open weight championship. Again, they're trying to put more of the bigger names up first and then some of the champions. I feel Davey Richards should be up higher, but that's just me. EJ is going to be big this year too. He's got some good programs going on, some of these pre-tapes. Richard Holiday, one of my faves. When he comes back, he's going to come back hungry. Signature move, the 2008. Do not watch Saturmania. Davey Boy Smith back in the MLW fold. He's obviously going to be paired with the Billington Bulldogs. They were recently signed a few months ago. Mance Warner, you saw him on AEW television for a brief cup of coffee. Tajiri, he is one that is in and out, so he's not an exclusive, but they put him on earlier in 2022. We had a match overseas. They aired that match on Fusion. That's what I think they should do with the All Atlantic Championship in AEW. Have it look special. And you know what? Put it on Rampage where it's pre-taped anyways. Sam Adonis is MLW. Myron Reed, he's been showcased a lot. Willie Mack is new. Matt Cross, former NXT guy. He was an NXT, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Juicy Ares. Shun Skywalker just won a title 2 or 3 weeks ago. The women are kind of scarce in MLW here, but you got Brittany Blake right there. We saw a couple other ones going to be on Blood and Thunder. Puma King. Got a few more here. Ashley Vox, Delmi Exo, Warhorse, but he is not an exclusive. Blue Meanie is not as well, but that is their roster. So let us know in the comments if there's anyone you want to see from MLW go anywhere else. As we get back to your boy Hammer. Jacob Fatu has to go to WWE. Could you imagine if Jacob Fatu and Trinity both joined the Bloodline? Bloodline could go on for years. It could go on longer than the NWO did with the 2 shit iterations that followed. Oh, the worst one with Double J. Fucking hated that NWO. Do I like Swerve and Rick Ross? I like Swerve a lot. Rick Ross shouldn't be on TV. Rick Ross should stick with what Rick Ross is good with, and that's performing and Wingstop. I like Swerve a lot. I just, man, what they're doing with him is just always so. What the fuck is Wheeler Yuta's problem? Why is he always coming up during other people's promos and like picking fights? He's a fucking heel. He's the definition of a heel. Kick his ass, Swerve. I thought I might have been wrong. You hate 2808. What went down in 2008? If it's very personal, don't worry about it. The Bloodline or the Bullet Club? I'm gonna have to say the Bullet Club because of the impact. But I didn't get to see a lot of iterations of the Bullet Club. I'll just say that. Again, I watched New Japan on Access, and it was about 6 months behind. No, it was more than that. When I started watching it, AJ Styles was almost in WWE for almost a year, and I was watching him on New Japan on Access, so that's how far behind it was. I miss the Uso. Lance is going to be part of the Bloodline. Who did I miss? Ah, there you go. I got it. There he is. Lance Noy. He is not able to be clicked on. That means he is not an MLW exclusive. Good eye noob. He could come. Of course, you got the rumors going around that they got multiple plans for Roman. They got some backup plans for The Rock, and they might split the titles before WrestleMania. Nope. Hammerstone just didn't get the 3. It's a hungry crowd. It's not that many people, and it is a very small place, but this, I like that they tour and go on different places because the set changes. So I got to give them credit for that. But it's just, you're doing January 7th, Blood and Thunder. Then you're doing, what's the one after that? War Chamber, April 6th. That is their event after next Saturday's Blood and Thunder. That's a long time. That's 4 full months that you're just filling tapings for. That, well, we'll see how that really sustains an audience and a viewership. Their lawsuit with WWE is still going forward in 2023, so that is still happening. But the just so you know, tickets for War Chamber are like 2 to 3 times as much as Blood and Thunder. So if you want to go see it and you're in Philadelphia, go see Blood and Thunder next Saturday. Like $15. $15, you guys. Can't beat that, you guys. That should be Roman Reigns' successor because he's Roman Reigns' cousin or brother. Huh. Do you think he's ready for that? That's a pretty big stage. Hammerstone, 6'2", next to Davey Richards. That's a pretty tall order for Lance. Davey Richards, man, his artillery of just quick hits, snaps, and submissions. That's why I like him so much. You don't know exactly what he's going to do. A lot of wrestlers, yes, we see the same old kind of stuff. It was entertaining last night, but the best of 7 between Death Triangle and the Elite, most of it is stuff we've seen time and time again. They're just smart enough to add new stuff to the matches. We'll talk about Dax and Punk's remarks on Twitter and all that tomorrow. Tomorrow, live Rampage live stream. We'll do some trivia. We'll talk some NWA. Cry the Wolf. Man, I've never let anyone double stomp me. Ever, ever, ever. No double stomp from Davey. No fucking double stomp from Finn. There it is. We got about 5 more minutes. So if there's anything you want to discuss, hit up the chat. And if you're not live, hit up the comments and we'll get back to you. Sundays, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Knock Eric, myself, the best wrestling show on YouTube. I guarantee it. And check out our guy, SEW Steve, putting on new content right now. He's talking the next winners of the Royal Rumble. He has the men's out, and I do believe the women's came out during this fine stream right here. Rated R for wrestling, a lot of good stuff out there. And if you got any wrestling things that you do and you watch while you're on lunch or anything like that, let me know. I'm open to new content. Davey Richards dead on the outside. Look at that outside. There's no mats or anything out there. It is just shiny ass, glossy, hard floor. Your boy Hammer. He's like an 80s villain who heard about the 90s and thinks it's like cool, whereas Scott Steiner in the 90s was just like straight up villain. He's like if Hulk Hogan wanted to be like Scott Steiner, but his parents were around and he couldn't swear or do anything. That's just how I see Hammerstone. If he swore, it'd be like the kid in A Christmas Story who says the F word when he drops the nuts and bolts when they're changing the tire. Oh, I watched that sequel, man. A Christmas Story Christmas, or is a Christmas Story, whatever the fuck it was. The sequel with Ralph that's on HBO Max. Two of them. I'm giving two of them down. It was so weirdly done. The storyline was fine. It was a decent story, but Nightmare Pendulum sounds like a Godsmack album. Get back. Davey Richards firing up. He's punching, man. He's been going on this match for a good amount of time. He's still firing hard. And he sold that clothesline big time. I wish they would have done, I know they don't, they're not going to do this, but how Raw did the best of on Monday. They had, announcers and people talking in between. They had Cody. Wish they do that with this. Get to know some of the personalities, have some of the announcers come on. I think those are some things that I need to see in MLW more. I think a little bit more of wanting to put new content out there or like changing it up. But their Hammerstone took it. Still. So he went through Davey Richards, he went through Richard Holiday, he went through a couple other people, and next week Saturday at Blood and Thunder on the 7th in Philly, he's going to go through someone else who is not MLW, so he's not going to lose the title. Let's work very well together. Alicia and Richard. And that's it. So you kind of get a feel of how MLW was in 2022. So let me know if you're vibing with it or not, if you liked it. I like it. It seems like it seems like an indie show, but with good production. That's my take on MLW. They just need to want to be bigger. It feels like they're fine coasting, and that's the one thing that MLW really needs to change up in 2023. Again, right now you could have had any announcer. You could have had even Alicia, who used to be an announcer, go through and introduce these matches in a package that you could film anywhere. She could do it, through Zoom or anything like that, and even do some like healer stuff where she makes fun of Hammerstone before introducing this match. But I need to see a little bit more from MLW. Hammer Time done with the Hogan font as well. Hopefully soon, though, we get a title change. Hammerstone. I hope Triple H isn't a Hammerstone guy. I hope to God he isn't. There are better big men out there that you can find. He's not terrible by any means. So he'd do a feud and a pretty lengthy program with Richard Holiday, Alicia Toot, and Cesar Duran after this, and it resulted in obviously Hammerstone retaining the title. That is around the time when Richard Holiday got diagnosed with this cancer, and that I was complaining that Richard Holiday should have won, but that is a very logical reason why Hammerstone kept the title and wasn't put on Holiday, who did tremendous work. Him and Alicia did tremendous work in 2022. Some of my favorite All in Wrestling this year. So we can give them a round of applause. Great stuff from this past year. Ooh, primetime. That's a good one. Hammerstone or Strowman? The mace in the eyes. Hammerstone or Braun? I'll take Hammerstone. Hammerstone has more of a mean face. Braun doing comedy stuff. He has kind of like a kid's face. He's like if you used a Snapchat filter, like I don't know what's called, like whatever fake when you put a kid's face on a human body. Who do you have? What if he got paired with a returning Matt Riddle and they called him Hammerstoner? Bruh, it's your boy. Look at no one's touching. They're just kind of like it's like single men at a strip club. Just don't touch. They just don't touch. And that is it. 2022 MLW Fusion in the books. Coming up next, Women's Wrestling Army. There is a lot of random stuff on here. Some YouTubers on as well. And yeah, it's a pretty smooth system. But I will give a special shout out to Wow Women of Wrestling for being on syndication. They're pulling in big numbers. Usually on a bad week, it's around 200,000 viewers. So that's on syndication. So we went through all the cable networks and where they rank, and where the big leaguers like AEW and WWE are, and Impact. But I mean, the syndication is a big thing. If they're pulling in those kind of numbers, and America and other places are getting familiar with the women of WoW. This right here is very niche. It's for people like you and me here who know about MLW or who know about all these other things. A lot of you mentioned other things like Stardom and other companies. That is where pro wrestling TV is. They need some big things to be a very viable thing. I do believe if they play their cards right, they could be a better service than Fight TV. So that's it. Let me know in the comments what you thought of MLW in 2022 and anything you want to see from MLW in 2023. I would like to see more production and more need to succeed rather than coast. I don't want to see January 7th next weekend, Blood and Thunder. They're taping TV. They're taping Fusion all the way to their next event, War Chamber, which is going to be in April. That is a lot of fucking time to kill. So War Chamber in April. And they're going to do more Fusion, which will probably take them well into the summer. But that is it. Hey, I had fun today. Did you have fun? I had a blast. And if you want to have more fun, join me tomorrow. We're going to have some fun with AEW Rampage. I'm going to do a little bit of trivia. We're going to talk NWA to other organizations. And we're going to chat and just have fun. Your comments, your questions, anything you want. We're just going to have a good time. I hope you're having a good holiday. I really do. And again, if you just want to chat or reach out, hit us up. Also, I forgot to show this during the whole thing. This is the banner. If you want to get in touch with us, Instagram, Twitter, it's down here. I'll let it slide by one time here before I sign out. That is it. We will be back tomorrow night for Rampage, Sunday for the episode. And get ready, because we have a lot of good stuff coming for you in 2023. Folks, my name is Zach. We'll see you tomorrow for Rampage. Have a great night and be excellent to each other. Take care, everyone.